my name is Julian Torres. I am from Colombia. I spent all of my childhood in Colombia. I did my high school education there. People of my background, because I didn't have any A-level equivalent qualification, very rarely have the chance to enter UCL or a university of that sort. So I felt very compelled to apply and attend the UPC because of the progression rates and because of the content that the UPC offered and the skills that it helped me develop towards my undergraduate degree. The UK education system is very different from education, even higher education in Colombia. Here, the fact that there are seminars, that discussion with your peers is part of your formal education at a university level is something that was quite different from how it was back home. Also, the fact that it is way more independent and it requires a lot more of self-study, which is often encouraged. I am studying undergraduate in philosophy right now at UCL. I am very happy about it. The people at the Department of Philosophy at UCL have been very kind to me. I am very satisfied with all of the topics that all of the experts in the department cover. I found it challenging to write in the way that philosophy at UCL requires, but I've had tons of help by everyone, so I can't really complain about it. I've overcome those difficulties and I find myself with a high level of writing now, at least compared to how I was before. The UPC has prepared me for a lot of things that even people that study their whole lives in the UK at a high school level are not prepared for. Study skills, for example, at the UPC familiarized me almost completely with the referencing systems at UCL, with the academic guidelines for bibliography, for academic conventions of that sort. I was completely prepared for it. Writing, the final research project for MEC and CC, which were the modules that I took as a UPCH student, was very, very helpful in developing the critical thinking skills and the writing sort that people at philosophy really want for essays. So I was prepared for the type of research that takes, the organizational skills, and defending and preparing to defend a thesis or an essay verbally in front of an audience is something that is not foreign to me now that I've taken the UPC. The biggest challenge that I faced as an international student coming to the UPC in London at the beginning was mostly cultural and of homesickness. When you arrive in London in September, the weather is fine. At least it was when compared to Bogota, but then it quickly gets very cold, it gets very dark. You are not familiar with everything in the city, especially if you've never been here before. You may not have tons of friends, but once you really settle in and you start feeling comfortable with the routine, with life in London, with your classmates, with the teaching staff, you really have space to develop your intellectual interests, to make friends and to really enjoy the opportunity of being here. I lived at Garden Halls, which is an intercollegiate hall, so I got to know a lot of people from other universities of the University of London. The facilities were great. I lived in an ensuite, so I had my own bathroom and I didn't have to share a kitchen. I was catered also, so I was given breakfast and dinner. It was a very good experience. I got to meet a lot of people. There were socials happening all the time. So overall, it was really great. Living and studying in London is in many ways similar to what I expected, and in others it has surprised me. Bogota and London, for example, are both very big and populated cities, so I was already familiar with the type of thinking and mindset that you had to have, for example, transporting yourself in London or walking on the street in London, taking care of your stuff, always being on the lookout. And once you get used to a lot of things and once you get past the homesickness, you can definitely start feeling like this is your home and this is the place for you to be in whilst you study and whilst you just do whatever you are doing at UCL.